Diving into the boiling river of Amazon? Woof, what a nightmare. Wait, what if it's real? What would happen? That's all we're gonna answer today in Info with Prithvi. When you think of the Amazon, what comes to mind? Some may envision thick, impenetrable jungle. Others may imagine monkeys and other exotic creatures thriving in a tropical environment. Adventurers may remember ancient legends about lost civilization and ancient gold cities. But what about the small villages of indigenous people living near a small river that shamans believe is the home of powerful spirits? A river so hot that anything that happens to fall into it gets boiled alive. Does that sound like the stuff of myths and legends? That's what Anders Russo always thought when his grandfather would tell him stories about a river deep in the Amazon jungle of Peru called Shanya Timshika, which loosely translates to boiled with the heat of sun. According to legends, the headwaters of this river were marked by a boulder shaped like a serpent's head. The hot waters of the river supposedly came from a giant snake spirit called Yakumama, mothers of water. Russo believed the river was only a myth until he created a thermal map of Peru as part of his graduation studies and to become a geophysicist. He noticed a large hot spot in the central Peruvian Amazon. He was eventually able to find and study the boiling river of Amazon, which flows near a small indigenous community called Mayantukyaka. Although known by local shamans and indigenous people for hundreds of years and even discovered by foreign oil field researchers in 1930s, the boiling river has only been studied recently by Russo to get interest in this geological anomaly. The total boiling river system is about 5.5 miles long. The water of the river starts off cold but then heats up and flows hot for about last 4 miles of the Amazon River. How hot? The steaming waters can reach up to temperatures of 200 Fahrenheit. Woof, that's hot. Okay, which is hot enough to kill just about any creatures unlucky enough to fall into the waters. This unusually large thermal river is about as wide as 2-lane roads for most of its length. It reaches up to 80 feet at its widest point, and its deepest point reaches nearly 16 feet despite its tremendous volume. The boiling river is a natural feature that's non-volcanic. Russo studies indicate that the boiling river is the result of fault-fed hot spring. The fault-fed lines and cracks that run deep underneath the ground like arteries filled with water that seeps down from the space surface after it rains. Earth's geothermal energy heats this water to near the boiling point through various faults and cracks. It eventually makes its way back to the surface. Geothermal features aren't uncommon, as hot springs and thermal pools can be found in many places. What makes the boiling river so unique is that there is such a large volume of extremely hot water that's not related to a volcanic source. This means the water must come from a very deep surface below the river. But it also must come very quickly with a tremendous volume. The underground features that make this impossible are very rare. In fact, Russo believes there is no other thermal of this magnitude anywhere else on Earth. Recognizing what an incredible phenomenon the boiling river is, Russo is now working with the Peruvian government to have the boiling river and the surrounding jungle declared a national monument. He hopes to protect the area from deforestation and other activities that could endanger the unique ecosystem. Well, that's it for today's video. And in the next video, we're bringing up another interesting topic, and that is, are aliens real? With proof. And that's it. So there are